One. What's up, everybody? It's it's Colin, and you're watching the latest edition of Chatting Shit, Talking Ball. Tab TV. It's a new thing we're gonna try. We're gonna start calling it Tab TV. You can see there, Talking Ball, TAB Tab TV. See if it sticks. So what's up, guys? How's it going? We got Tommy here from Tommy Talks Ball. He's sort of internet famous right now, you could say. I've got a little bit of a celebrity in the house.
I don't know about that. I'm far from that. But
I don't know, man. You're blowing up.
Well, it's many thanks to my guests like yourself who have been regulars for a very, very long time. So it's a pleasure, absolute pleasure to be on. I'd be on more if it wasn't for the time difference situation. And I know you do a lot of stuff on the weekend as well. But yeah, it's an absolute privilege to be on here. So to be on with your mum for the first time, because whenever you're on my channel, you're plugging away. I'm with my mum and I'm getting things going. So it's great to see yourself and your mum and to see you start going live, because it's a matter of time before it starts getting big for you. So absolute pleasure to be on.
My heart, man. You're saying such nice things. I don't even know what to say. Mom, how are you doing though? You good?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm getting a call from my lovely wife, and I'm going to answer it on air.
Aaron should be with us in the chat. Aaron should be with us in the chat shortly. He said he's going to have a coffee, maybe a whiskey.
Oh, I'll send you the link. Okay. She needs the link. I didn't send her the link, you guys. I'm the worst.
Well, you are
the family worst. Affair. It's a family affair.
I'm getting everybody involved. I'm going to have to get her on someday. That's what the people want.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant. I thought you sent the link to come on.
Oh, no. She just wants to watch.
Oh, right. I see.
Get my numbers up, Got to pump up those numbers, man.
Yeah, she hasn't subscribed. Cool. She should be able to find you really easy.
Yeah, I know. What the heck?
What the heck?
So we'll go new tab, StreamYard.
Oh, we've got him in the house. We've got Aaron in the house.
Aaron, later. What's up, man?
Massive supporter.
You look like you have some sort of a weird, dance party going on in there.
It looks like It looks like Star Trek. You're about to transport somewhere. What's it called?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. Aaron's here.
He's apparating.
Aaron, what's up, my friend? I'm back. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Well, okay, yeah. So, chatting shit. I don't know. This is probably what, 5th episode, maybe. Ma, 5th episode.
What?
5th episode, you think so far? Probably episode number 5.
Yeah, at least something like that.
Yeah, well, Tommy.
Yeah, I think 4 or 5, something like that.
It's nice.
Let's get into it. Let's talk some shit.
What the fuck was up with that game? It was just ugly. I understand that we didn't put any starters out, but I don't know, Tommy. What were your first reactions? You watched it up close and personal, not you weren't there, but you really dissected it and sat down and watched the entire thing. You said this morning, and
that would be painful.
I couldn't watch it last night. It kept buffering. So when I watched it this morning, obviously I was aware of the score and I was aware of the performances. I watched a little bit last night. As I said, it was buffering, so there are issues. So I could watch it this morning without my Tottenham hat on. So I could just watch it as a completely neutral to see how. Obviously, when I'm watching live, I'm like, "Come on, Spurs! Come on, Spurs!" I'm getting emotional. But when I watched it neutral, oh my god, it was horrific. It really was. It was horrific. And the fact that we had many experienced players and first team players there, it wasn't just the youngsters. We had the Lo Celsos, we had the Winks, we had a lot of experienced players. Romero really disappointed me. I know it's his first game, but 40-50 million pounds. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
bad. It was really really bad.
I'm glad you said that. That was one of the things that I saw that really bothered me too, and I was worried about it. And we even played in his preferred back three, so I was like, oh, cool. You know, he's gonna kill it. But there was this little piece of me that thought, you know, playing over in the Italian league is not the same. It's just not.
Exactly, it's different. You've got to adapt to different league.
Absolutely. And just because he was defender of the year there doesn't really mean that much. I mean, when you look at the attacking talent, I understand Lukaku was there, but I'm it's just an entirely different beast. And resting on those laurels, I mean, when we got Vincent Janssen, he was top scorer in the Dutch league. And you know how far that got us. So you can't just say, oh, they were the best somewhere else. I don't know. I've yet to see, and we've seen him once, but
it was one game, guys. One game.
It was one game. It was only one game, but it was Paços de Ferreira, and he wasn't learning from his mistakes. He made the same error again and again and again. It's like we saw Skip on Sunday against Man City. He actually learned during the game.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to do. You've got to adapt during the game. He made a lot of errors in the first 15 minutes, Skip, but he adapted as the game went on. Ramiro kept making the same error again and again and again. You can't step up like that in the prep. You cannot consistently step up like that. You've got to, you know, if your centre backs are rubbish, which they were, Carter Vickers was rubbish as well. Don't get me wrong, Ben Davies. If you know you're surrounded by bad players, you can't be that aggressive. You have to drop back, and he wasn't. Time and time again, he was stepping up, making the same error. It doesn't bode well for the future. But look, as you said, it is one game, but you have to learn to adapt in this game. If you've got to learn to adapt, it's the key to life. Quite frankly, isn't it? You've got to adapt. You've got to adapt. So it was bad, really bad debut, really bad debut.
And what you're saying about adaptation is hugely important. But I think it's early times. We'll see more of that as the season goes. I think a lot of it was a case of the youngsters being sort of shell shocked by these. I said it a lot on your stream, Tommy, but it just seemed like men against boys. And kind of we were getting beat up a little bit. Would you agree with that, either of you guys? Mom?
I think it's, you know, their chance to step up. I mean, they're young, and
we were physically getting our asses kicked. Like it's their chance, but during this game in particular, I don't know. It would have been really nice to have some regulars on the bench that we could have called upon to.
I agree with that 100%. So we needed some of our, you know, leaders there to help guide them along the way a little bit, you know.
Aaron, we'd be glad to have you, man. Let me throw you the link. I would love a semi-drunken Irish guy with an alternative view. Man, that's
get on, Aaron, man. I've never seen you on a stream or anything.
This is gonna be good. Yeah, I'll definitely get it. Just
good to have you on, man. And a big shout out to Jamie from Talking Tottenham TV. He's just started things. He's just started going. He's got a brilliant profile picture. He's not even gone live yet, and his profile picture is like 1,000,000 times better than mine. So you need to teach me how to do that. But he hasn't even gone live yet. He's going to be starting shortly as well. So make sure you get over there and subscribe to Talking TV. And of course, Colin, if you have not subscribed to Colin yet, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you doing, people?
I needed to start paying you money, because if it wasn't for you, then that kind of thing wouldn't get said, and it's important. Please like my channel. Okay, guys, I'm trying.
Like Ramiro, you need to learn on the fly and learn from him and tell people to subscribe to your channel.
Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and then once you subscribe, hit the bell. Hit the bell, get the notifications. What if I go live just randomly? What if I have time in between classes and it's not a Monday or a Friday? And then you get the little bzzz, and then it's Tab TV. What does he got to say today? Boom. So yeah, you guys are right. That's all very important. Back to the game, and I really hope we get Aaron in here soon. It just, from top to bottom, it didn't look good. It didn't look like anybody knew what was going on. Some of our players looked like they were trying to press, others not. So we know that from last year under Mourinho,
it was like watching last year or worse.
Yeah, there just wasn't any press. I mean, and the people that did try to press, it looked bad, and they were out of position then because they weren't pressing as a unit.
It really looked like a giant practice. It was like a training session. It wasn't, like they weren't even
completely disjointed. Nobody was on the same wavelength. it was horrible. But we can't go into Paços de Ferreira and say they're shocking. They're a terrible team. They play against strong opponents in the Portuguese league. All this rubbish before saying, "Oh, we're the biggest team they've ever played" and stuff like that. It's their biggest fixture in the club's history. That's rubbish. They've got Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, and Porto in their league, who are massive, massive clubs. The Benfica fan base are ridiculous, huge fan base. So, yes, saying that's ridiculous, and we're playing our under-23, so it's not a massive game for them to any extent. And they're not. We did disrespect them. I don't know if the players did. I don't know if Nuno did, but it's a very good point you both made in terms of the bench. We had to put a couple of experienced players on the bench. We don't start the players from Sunday, of course not. But a couple of the players that did start on Sunday, put them on the bench. Let them come in for 15, 20 minutes. If we're losing like we were, if we get that away goal, we basically go through in the home leg. So if we just nick one goal, we'll go through in the home leg. So, yeah, I don't know why we didn't take a single player that played against Man City. But
I understand. I understand the point of resting players. I understand. How dumb are we going to look if we lose to Wolves now, though? Anything but a win versus Wolves, and we'll look pretty foolish. But I don't know how much of that is down to Nuno's arrogance or ego. Do you think he was kind of? Do you think he didn't give them enough credit, or was it the team? I can't decide. I can't decide who the blame really, I guess, lies with. I mean, it has to be the manager for the selection. I mean,
there was no intent from either side, from either the manager or the players. It's like he decided it was a throwaway game, and it was just a chance to train the youth.
Yes. And do you think that he was willing to throw away this game as long as it wasn't a huge loss?
I kind of think so.
Willing to gamble on the home fixture.
I kind of think so.
But he's Portuguese, so you should know what Paços de Ferreira were capable of. You should have known what they were capable of.
I would think so too. That's sort of why I was surprised at the way things all went down. Whenever I saw the team sheet, I was just like, and he had said that no one that started versus Man City would feature, and that's kind of vague. And I figured, I don't know, that maybe we'd see some other players. Kane didn't start versus Man City. Anyway, I didn't think it would be what it was. I saw the team sheet and I was just, I kind of knew then that.
I think we were as fans a bit arrogant when you had your preview show and your live show. People were guessing scores. We were like, I knew they would score at least one, but I thought we would step up and at least have two or three.
We all thought Scarlett would. We all thought Scarlett would have.
Oh, he was completely taken out of the game. I mean, talk about men and boys. He was like a middle schooler.
He was isolated, completely isolated as well, wasn't he? Completely isolated, and that's the problem. We're going into the season with him as the backup striker. Now that is sacrilege. It's sacrilege that we have not signed at least a backup striker since Vinicius went back on loan. It was 2 months ago. It was 2 months ago, ironically, to Benfica. And it's like, we had to have signed a backup striker, regardless of Kane's future. If Kane went, we need two strikers. It's as simple as that. We can't have Scarlett as our only backup striker. And I hear this, it's rubbish again. Oh, Son can come from the left wing and play as a striker. Look, I watched the Bundesliga growing up. Exactly. You can't, unless you clone him, it's useless. Unless you clone Son and there's two of him, you can't take the best left winger out in the Premier League to slot in because you haven't signed a backup striker.
And you're neutralizing some of his biggest assets are being able to come in and you know what I mean, and bomb down the wing and then cut in. That's huge. I don't understand why people are so keen to have him not be able to do that.
Perhaps if Son was there to sub in, he could have had some service to Scarlett. He could have created some chances, or at least drew some players away from him and opened him up a little bit. But there was nobody that was a threat. Literally nobody was a threat.
You guys, we're talking shit, and we got Aaron in the building. Looks like he's ready to go. What up?
Yes, Aaron. What's going on, man?
All right, man. Am I in? Am I in?
It's all good. It's all good. It's the first time I've ever
Good to
seen
see
you.
ya.
the dream, man.
I know you've appeared on shows. But it's the first time I've ever seen you up there.
It's kind
Yeah,
of
I've been
like a
on-
wild, first seen in the wild. It's nice.
Yeah, man. I've been on Mary's, but who else? Will's, but you first time doing the visual, So first off, Mama Hotspur, I love you. All right, you're a legend. Colin,
Yes.
good man, keep it up. I love your video intro, by the way, man. It was like,
It's
remind me
amazing,
when I
isn't
used to play. It's great crack, man. Remind me when I was.
Oh, thank you.
No
Thank
offense,
you.
man, but when I
No,
used to
I'm
kick
glad you
ball in my front yard on my own,
It. Yes. Thank you.
man,
I
there was a bit of
worried people
humour
would
to
think
it
I was
too,
too
brother.
serious. Yes.
No, man, there was great humour in that. And Tommy, man, your knowledge, outstanding. And I love that cap, man. I got the tattoo there. I don't know if you can see it. Same
I
tattoo,
got-
man.
mate.
Man, I have a Spurs
Colin's got
tattoo
one
as
as
well,
well.
but mine's hard
Colin's
to
got
show
one as well.
on camera. But yeah,
Good stuff, man. The old one, man. Before we went to the old, the chicken, the basketball.
The inside, I have the THFC from the inside of the old crest.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
That's the best badge. That is definitely the best badge.
I was
The one on your hat, Tommy.
more,
The one on your hat.
Yeah, pretty much, isn't it? Pretty much that isn't it? That's the one where I first started getting real into football. The Berbatov days, the Keane days, the Defoe days, when we were struggling to get in the top 10.
But there was still
do you know what?
pretty.
There was something beautiful about that. Yeah, there was something beautiful about. Do you know, if you won on the weekend back then, it was huge. It was a massive deal. It was such a huge deal. Like, if you won on the weekend back then.
That's why Mom and I are such big Spurs fans, or at least part of it. It wasn't quite like that. I don't know. Whenever I started to watch, it still had that feel. And then where we come from, and where I went to school, we were shit, and a win was like party.
It made you weak.
And then as long as you didn't get your ass kicked, a loss wasn't even that bad. Some promising play.
It's kind of fun to be the underdog.
Yeah,
of course.
Is. It really is.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to not.
We've had a taste. No.
Like,
We've had a taste, and now we're sick for it. But Aaron, what do you think of the game? What do you think of the Europa Conference League? What do you think?
All right. Before I jump into that and have a completely opposite view to all three of you, I'm just going to say one thing. You guys are going on about the foe and your earliest memories of Tottenham. Mine was the 81 FA Cup final replay. I grew up in a very small town just outside Dublin in Ireland, and we only had 2 TV channels. So you'd only be lucky if you got one game every couple of months. We didn't have BBC, we didn't have ITV, nothing like that. So most of my earliest memories, I'm 47 now, was going over to my uncle's house and listening to Tottenham playing, if we were lucky, on BBC Radio on longwave. So you guys grew up in the television generation. I'm not that old. I'm 47, all right? But literally in Ireland, that's the way it was then. I'd be listening to Tottenham with my uncle. He's been a Spurs fan since 48. So, like, it was amazing, though. When you're listening on the radio, you're visualizing it all in your head.
There's something special about that as well. There is something very special about that.
And some of those presenters were just phenomenal.
They're fantastic.
They really could paint the picture for sure.
Yeah, man. And Steve Archibald hits it up the wing, and all the old D-Lanes is in there, and Garth Craigs with the girl. Do you remember that, Tommy? The good old posh Brit commentary.
Oh, mate, yeah, not too much because it was a little bit before my time, but I definitely
there
was something special about that because when I grew up as well, even in the late 90s, you couldn't get Premier League football. There was no way you could get Premier League unless you had Sky. You just
went down the pub.
Football. Yeah,
wow. Speaking of which,
even there.
Speaking of which, it's Friday night, lads. Cheers.
Cheers. I wish I had one.
Man.
I need.
Oh my! Did you see Mari's stream? Aaron, did you see Mari's stream the other day?
No. I was chatting to him the week before, but I didn't see the recent one. Was it good?
Oh mate, me Bob. It was me, Bob, Kirst, Mari, and Ahmad. Right. Oh my God, everyone got sloshed. Apart from me, I didn't realize people were getting drunk.
I was gonna ask. Drunk Tommy
honestly
hilarious. I'm just gonna put that out there. We'd all like to see you drunk. It sounds funny, man.
Bob had 2 bottles of wine. He was just drinking out the bottle eventually.
Bob's always pissed, man. Bob's always pissed. Come on, man.
Mari pissed. You've never seen anything like it. It was called the Love Lounge. Oh my god, what with the topics? The topics just got ridiculous. It got ridiculous. It
Oh
was,
my god, how loud did he
Well,
get, man? He's a
I
loud
know
individual without the booze.
Well, I was going to say, Kirsty, I know, is fond of the odd little sip, and but Murray, I'd say he gets drunk on like a shot of rum, like a single shot. I would say that was,
So
He's a
funny.
lightweight.
He does carry around.
Yeah,
like,
I
a
didn't
bottle.
want to say it, Mama. Mama, you said what I didn't want to say there. I was being polite, yeah.
Hey, we're Irish and German, and so we know how to drink. So.
Oh, wie geht's? Sprechen Sie ein bisschen Deutsch?
Mom, do you know any? Actually,
I'll let you answer that.
Okay,
He asked if we spoke any German, but I don't know how to answer.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I used to live in Munich.
I can speak words of German, but I cannot speak like sentences. Ich habe sehr Hunger. I'm very hungry. Ein Bier bitte. One beer, please.
Yeah,
all the really important phrases.
It's really good that people are tuning in for this. They're all learning a bit more about the people behind the show, which is important,
I need to get my mum involved. She's practically fluent in German somehow.
Wow.
So I need to. She lives in Germany.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I was telling Tommy about mine and Grandpa's adventure to Germany. But anyway, Mom, what's your first memory? What's your
probably just you dragging me to some computer or some TV and saying, look at this, Mom. And I have to admit, I kind of resisted for a period of time, and then I jumped in with both feet, and here we are. So
yeah,
So were you a soccer mom? Was Colin like a young kid, and you were the soccer mom screaming on the sideline?
Yes. I couldn't keep my mouth shut, and it drove Colin crazy.
All right, back to Spurs.
Sorry, is it okay if I smoke?
Oh shit, yeah, of course.
Don't worry,
I was gonna say only if it's.
It's hand rolled, but it's not what you think. Okay, it's just like
okay. We'll let everyone think whatever they want. We're not gonna say anything, but they can think whatever they want.
Hey, that's legal in a lot of states over here.
Right.
Oh, yeah, cool, not in Ireland, so that's why David Harris turns off his camera every about 20 minutes and runs away and comes back again. Smart anyway, sorry guys, I completely sidetracked you all there about the game, right?
I liked it. Yeah.
Anything that can distract us from that monstrosity of a game is okay.
Exactly.
I know we're all laughing. We're laughing. We're having fun. We're
maybe I think we have to put that in the past.
Here's where I have it. Sorry, go on, Mama.
It was beastly bad.
I think it was really good.
You really do.
I don't want to be in that competition. I don't want us to be playing Thursday nights in outer Mongolia, in Ulaanbaatar, coming back and having to face Liverpool away on a Sunday. I don't want that.
I kind of agree with that. It would be nice not to wear the boys down unnecessarily for something that's meaningless.
I get what you're saying. It would be really nice to win. It would be nice to win it, and nice to win it the first.
Win what? Like, it's an inaugural competition. It's a nothing meaningless competition. Tommy, I know you're going to disagree with me on this, and I know 90% of Tottenham fans disagree with me on this, but I just think, like, why? It's all about top four these days. That's what it is now. Unfortunately, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's the reality of it all. That's where the money is. That's how you entice players to join your club. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to, by winning a conference league, get players. Sorry, my camera, I'm waving it all over the place. I've never done this before. We're not going to entice the big players. We're not going to be able to replace Harry Kane next year. With the likes of Haaland or somebody that might be available if we're not playing in the major competitions. So this is my fear, and I don't want us to have a long run in the League Cup or the FA Cup or this Conference League to the detriment of our top four chase. Because honestly, for me, that's it. Top four or nothing. I don't care if we don't win silver. I
absolutely agree. But you know what? With the top four talk, I absolutely agree. The constant opposition to that is, we need to win an FA Cup. We need a Carabao Cup. It's been 13 years since we've put something in a trophy cabinet. FA Cup, yeah, but last season with the Carabao Cup, it's all about to me, it's all about the timeline, how you got to the final and then winning the trophy. That's if it's not if the timeline isn't there and the opposition you beat were not of a good standard, what's the point? There's no, it doesn't carry any prestige. And getting to that final,
years later,
I think
is
it was
that still remembered?
yeah, but then you look back, you're in a pub, like, oh, do you remember that great cup run? And ours was beating Chelsea on penalties in the Carabao because we got a bye in the first round under Lampard, Brentford and Stoke. That got us to the Carabao Cup final. It's all about the run. And if had we won that, like, oh, it's 13 years, we've finally got a trophy in the cabinet. It means nothing. It's the opposition you play along the line, and top four is the key. Top four is absolutely the key. The argument is there's no trophy. You don't put a trophy. Look, that breeds success. That gets us to the next level. To bring the best players in, exactly. To bring the best players in, I will die happy if I see Spurs win the Premier League title. And the best way for Spurs to win the Premier League title is to get into the top four, to bring the best players we can. And then obviously in the top four, you're doing well, so you can fight for the title in the future. You're used to beating the big teams. That is, I want to win the league. It's all about the league. I don't care about Champions League even. A 38-game marathon in the best league in the world. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So in terms of the top four, 1,000,000% I agree. That it may not be great, may not be wonderful, may not put something in the cabinet, but that has to be the key.
Yeah. No.
And how many players that we were linked to this summer didn't want to come to us because we weren't playing Champions League at all, though? I mean,
exactly.
Nobody's coming because we're playing in the Conference League. Nobody.
So, right, and so we can't prioritize the Europa Conference League. It would be cool. It'd be a cool trophy to win, I think, if we were going to win a trophy. The teams were playing.
But I also don't think we throw. I don't think we throw it. I mean, I think we need to.
So do you put out the same team that we put out for the first leg?
No, he's not going to do that. He's going to put out a strong team. He's going to go, all guns blazing. We're going to get the win. We'll probably beat them 4-0. But yeah. I'm just saying, I remember Brendan Rodgers when he took Liverpool, they almost won the league, right? They were knocked out of the League Cup, the FA Cup. They weren't in Europe. And Brendan Rodgers, who at the time, it was his first big job, almost won the league with Liverpool. That weren't the best Liverpool team. They weren't as good as their team in the last couple of years. And because they just had 1 week to prepare for each league game, they nearly won the league that year, And I mean, I'm not saying we're going to win the league if we're not in the cups, but the cups don't hold the same prestige as they used to. When I was a kid in the 80s, you would sit there from 9 a.m., in the morning watching. I'd go over to my uncle's and we'd be glued to the TV. There'd be we'd go on from 9 a.m. until like 6 p.m. in the evening, and it was a huge event. And it just doesn't hold that same kind of. I love the FA Cup. I mean, what have we won? 8 times, Tommy? Is it 8 times we've won it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Yeah,
7 or 8. 7 or 8. It's amazing.
Yeah, and at the time when I was a kid, we had won it more times than any club. That was before United and Liverpool and Chelsea and all rocked up. But it was a huge event then. And even what we used to call the Milk Cup or the League Cup or became the Coca-Cola Cup or whatever, it changed its name every couple of years. That was a pretty big cup to win as well. But now what happened was the introduction of the Champions League. It broke down. We went from having the European Cup Winners' Cup, the European Cup, the UEFA Cup. And they all just kind of they split, and the Champions League took over at everything. And now that's what it's all about. And I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying that should be. I think with the new stadium, with the money that you get, the revenue you get, the advertising you get, the players you can bring in, that should be the priority for us. I'd love to win a cup. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to win it, but just not that European. Conference League.
That's the ugly truth. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I think we have it in us to win a cup, and I think the Europa Conference League. I think had we put 1 or 2 starters in its more attacking positions. I understand that we had Gio on the pitch, but what does Gio really contribute in the form of goals? But I think had we had, and I guess Son is our only real other option there, but Son or Bergwijn or somebody, I think to potentially score a goal. I mean, Dane was so easily marked out of the game.
Lo Celso, honestly, Lo Celso was. I completely forgot he was playing. I just forgot the boy was playing. I forgot.
And
when I was looking back, thinking
it suited him.
When I was thinking players, I'm going to have a look at the players,
Whoa,
sort of
whoa,
rate
whoa,
the
whoa.
players.
Sorry, was that a? Sorry, there was
You
a
right,
ding
man?
dong do there.
Is that?
Yeah, no, no.
What's
I heard.
That's
Did
the
that?
clock. That's Tottenmom's clock.
okay?
Sorry.
Oh, right,
Okay.
okay. No
He's
worries.
making sure he
Sorry.
wasn't
It's not.
losing it. Yeah, no.
All right, no,
You
okay.
haven't
No,
had that
sorry to
many.
interrupt.
You haven't had that many drinks
Sorry.
yet.
Like I said, I've had a few beers. Yeah.
Mate, that's too funny, man. That's too funny. But I can't remember what he's talking about. What was he talking about there?
I'm not too fussed. I'm not too fussed because I think that in the second leg, we're going to be at home. We're going to have our crowd. We're going to
Yeah, but I
have,
mean,
you know,
but how much?
I don't think there's,
How
I
much
think
do we
you-
put into it going forward?
but I don't know. But I do think that we absolutely needed to get some minutes in the legs of those players anyway. And, maybe not all of them at once. Maybe that was the big problem, but
Yeah. Did you?
I don't know. I mean, I think you need to put enough, but not, put a lot of effort into it, perhaps.
I think that's the thing that Aaron agrees with the most. He's actually happy that we didn't play any of the first teamers to keep him fresh for this Wolves game. That's the argument. That's the argument. So I guess you're happy that we didn't. My argument again, I don't care about winning it. I really don't care about winning it. There will be some people will remember it because it's the inaugural, it's the first year. I don't attach any prestige to it, but I feel like we need 6 games. We need 6 games for the youth, for the Deadwood, to try and keep them fit. In the group stage, if we get to the group stage, it's 6 games. I don't care if we go out after 6 games. Maybe it puts them in the shop window for January because we've got a window coming up there. We've got the Winks
we gotta
is
get
so
Carter
cool.
Vickers out of here.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he's injured now, and now he's injured after that
I know.
performance, and then now an injury. So I mean, like he's.
I just don't see how we're going to move these players on. I don't see how we're going to get rid of the Winks, Sissoko. Who wants them?
No
It's all right
interest.
saying.
There's no interest in them. There's absolutely zero interest. And the other thing there was about we threw in Winks, Doherty, Carter Vickers. Who else was one of our
Ramiro, Gil, and
players.
Golini made their debuts. Yeah,
Gil,
Ramiro, Gil, and
I mean, it was a totally. I mean, if you just look, if we were gonna win that game, we could have done it easily, right? You just needed
really
3 lads. Yeah, easily. I mean, we're talking about a team that lost. I know they got through whatever it was, 4-1 or 4-2, but the team they played against was a team called Larne. Larne is a town of 25,000 people in Northern Ireland, right? The only reason I've been to Larne was when I was getting the boat to Scotland. I didn't even know they had a football team. I'm not kidding you. It's tiny, man. It's like, and Larne beat them in the return leg, right? Paços, Larne, Stranraer. That's what I call it, because Stranraer is the town in Scotland. But I'm not kidding you. Like, if Larne are beating them and we're losing to them, I mean, that's not good.
It's a bad look, and we needed a run of games. People can say that game doesn't matter, but like you
agree. We were on such a high, such a momentum, and that just
I was
brings
ready
back
to snort whatever we were having over the weekend. That it was so good. I was just like, give me a line of that. That was.
Yeah. But hang on, just going back to the City game though. Joe, I haven't really chatted to anyone about that, but that was fantastic.
Oh man, let's travel back in time and be happy for a second. This will play out like a Tarantino movie. Like, I'll give you a taste, then we'll go back in time, and then we'll come back at the end.
It was so good. It was so good. And Tommy, I don't know who it was. One of the pundits on the Sky or one of the channels said that we were lucky to win against City. Yeah, yes, exactly.
I think it might have been Neville. It might have been Neville, but.
I don't think there was luck involved.
We absolutely bullied them. Yeah, I mean, for them to call that luck. I mean, anyway, sure. There's always one, isn't there, Tommy? You know what the English media is like, man.
I mean, possession doesn't mean you deserve to win. Okay, they beat us with possession.
How many Mourinho games did we just?
Yeah,
Mourinho, but Pochettino towards the end. And,
the big difference was we played to the end of the game, and we played and we pressed, and we didn't just. Sit back and defend and then concede some stupid goal. So it was, just the opposite of what all the Mourinho games were,
Yeah.
It was
the way we adapted.
That was a thing of beauty.
How did we get a good game, a good defensive game out of Dyer and Sanchez Tommy, we lamented that for weeks. We knew it was going to happen. We should. I don't know.
I don't know. They lit a fire under their butts. I don't know what they did, but they did what they had to do.
I don't want to put a downer on things. I really, really don't want to put a downer on things. But let's face
But
it.
he's going to.
Yeah, I absolutely am.
But
They didn't have a striker. They didn't have a striker, did they? They had a left winger playing up front. He done okay
So
for
did we.
Torres.
Hang on, so
like
did
somebody
we.
said,
I suppose. No, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. But then,
like somebody said, never do you play when both teams are missing the same player.
yeah,
They both
I
need
think
it.
I think Hotspur and Skip were 10 times better than Fernandinho and Gundogan. And a lot of that was down to Lucas stretching the play. As soon as Lucas stretched the play and was going on these runs from, I don't know, from right mid to central, he was pushing Fernandinho and Gundogan back. Hotspur moved up, and that's how we dominated the game. Lucas was
Other than the
key in
Ajax
that
miracle,
game.
this was the best game I've ever seen Lucas play.
He was magnificent, wasn't he? He was magnificent.
I frequently am riding his ass because I feel like he's unfocused and he's all over the field.
What?
But man, he was
shit I've ever heard come out of her mouth.
He was a pit bull. He didn't give up at all. He stole the ball away. He was phenomenal. I don't know that I've ever seen him play like that. He was amazing.
He's been able to pick a pass lately too, and that's huge.
Yeah.
And he got in the box like he did for Denmark in the Euros as well, and that's obviously with Skip. He knows Skip's behind him. He knows that if he gets forward, Skippy's there behind him.
Oh yeah, sorry, we were talking Lucas. I thought for a second.
Sorry, Lucas. I beg your pardon.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I zoned out there.
I see why you were confused. You seemed confused. I was like, wait, yeah, Luke. I mean,
I was topping up my beer there, Colin. Sorry.
I'm jealous.
But that's the thing, though. There were so many good performances. Nobody played badly. There was no. You always look at someone and be like, I think the one that was least productive was Ali. He was the least productive in terms of what.
Well, he did well in the second half, Tommy. He did. He put in a different shift in the second half. Man.
Shift wise, fantastic. But in terms of what we came to know Ali as, it was the attacking exploits weren't there. But then when someone told me, he was. When someone told me, think about the formation as this: Dele Alli wasn't playing in number 10; he was playing as a centre midfielder. And when you look at it that way, the attacking exploits are not going to be natural, are they? If he's playing as a centre midfielder and not his usual position as a number 10. So the box to box element and the 11 kilometers he put in that day. Magnificent. I can't criticize a single player.
And it was so selfless for him, because I think of him as sort of a selfish player that needs the glory. And the fact that he settled into this role where he is giving so much to the other players instead of taking it for himself, I think is an amazing transformation.
I was delighted to see him play that type of role and taking on a bit of responsibility. And I hope that shows, a change in his mindset now, that he realizes that it's not just about him. It's just not. It's not only about the
change.
The tarantula on his head. Okay, no, sorry, I didn't mean that. But look, the guy's always been one for the limelight, and the model girlfriend, but look, what he did the other day was Højbjerg-esque. I thought not as good, Tommy. I know you're not as impressed as I was by him, but I was delighted to see him actually put in a proper team performance in the second half, and I hope he'll build on that, and he'll get back to his, he'll get back to that kind of almost Maradona type style, of tricks and just stuff out of nowhere, and just being able to create
more of a bully. Remember whenever he got in trouble for his attitude and they made him rein in? I think I've traced it back. Like, I really do think I thought about it for a long time the other day about when Dele Alli became shit, and it has to do with, I can't remember exactly the foul or the afters or whatever, what happened, but there was some kind of a encounter, and then the media crucified him, and Poch had to go to him and talk to him about being more professional on the pitch and using your head more. Do you guys kind of remember that?
The power of social media is unbelievable. So that could have very well been the case. We saw it with Bergwijn and the abuse he got after the Liverpool game. His form just dropped.
He's not recovered yet.
He's looked pretty decent.
He's showing flashes, but he still needs to find that that confidence within himself, which I think that was completely undermined by people online.
Dele would get
And then-
fouled and square up to the person that fouled him, no matter who they were. It could be Sergio fucking Ramos, and now he gets fouled and he just flops around, and you know what happened to the old Dele? The I don't know, the chip on his shoulder. Dad left his family. You know what I mean, though? Like, what happened to that guy? I miss him on the pitch. I need that anger, and I feel like that was a big.
I think he grew up.
But that,
I think it came down to the fact that he was dating that model Ruby.
yeah.
I think like as soon as he started dating her, me and my uncle, he's the fellow who's a Tottenham man
Women,
since
they
48.
screw it all up.
Sorry, Mama, I didn't mean. No, I'm not blaming her. All right.
No. I kind of sometimes agree with that, though. I think that sometimes, I don't know. I think there's a good reason Sonny's not married.
Well, his dad won't let him, and maybe that's why we get a high performance. Look, even in golf, it happened to Rory McIlroy. He was going out with that Polish tennis player, and all of a sudden his golf game went.
Wozniacki, wasn't it? It was that Wozniacki, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, and all of a sudden Rory McIlroy went from being the best to being what's going on here? And I think the same kind of thing almost simultaneously happened with Dele, and I think it was when he kissed another girl who came out of Love Island or one of those TV shows, right?
I remember that, yeah.
And the whole thing went in the press, and he was too young. Yeah, but look, I mean, come on, he's had a string of these kind of tabloid headline kind of scandals, and look, I mean, what age is he now? 25.
Exactly.
Was he one of the ones that had one of the break-ins? Jan's family got robbed. Was it Dele?
Yeah, it was Dele. Yeah.
He got.
I think that's gotta fuck with your head a lot. I mean.
Oh sure, that goes on in Liverpool all the time. Every time Everton play away or Liverpool play, yeah. Hey, I'm not going to call them bin dippers, but
Go ahead.
Scousers.
Bin dippers, man.
How offensive is the word scouser? I don't even know.
Hey, I'm allowed to say it. Half of Liverpool is Irish, okay? So I'm allowed to get away with that one. But
I don't think it is that bad. I don't think it is. It's not.
Come on,
that bad.
Tommy, it's a fun stereotype, mate. It's a fun stereotype.
Man. It is one of the funner ones, isn't it? It is one of the funner ones.
Yeah.
I love the Scout. I need to go to Anfield. I still haven't been to Anfield. I need to.
I went there. I went there in the late 80s.
That's a proper old ground. I know they've renovated it, but
yeah.
I mean, like that's been there for a while.
But the cop end is just I need to get to that atmosphere. I need to get to a Rangers Celtic game.
Tommy,
the Rangers Celtic games.
Tommy. I went there. I went there in the late 80s with a mate of mine who was a Liverpool fan, and I had to keep my mouth shut during the whole game. I'm not kidding you, man. It was terrifying.
Where was that? Celtic Park? Was that Celtic Park?
I don't think I'd be able to do it.
No. At Anfield. Oh,
you still talking about Anfield? Oh, fair enough.
Sorry, man. Am I lagging? Am I behind?
No. Because we were talking about Liverpool, and I just said I want to go to a Liverpool game, and I want to go to an Old Firm derby, and then went back to Liverpool.
Oh, no, Old Firm. No way, man. I wouldn't go near that.
I would say the wrong.
No way.
And get glass.
I was drunk. I was drunk one night in Munich in an Irish bar, and I sang Fields of Athenry to this fella in a Rangers jersey.
Oh.
I ended up running down Leopoldstrasse, which is about 4 miles long, with this Rangers big brute of a fella chasing me the whole way.
Damn,
And I was only having a laugh at the man. I was a little skinny, 20-year-old. Anyway, Tommy, don't go there.
They don't take any shit. Even
man.
Little things like that, even songs and that, they do not take that.
No
shit.
banter.
People have to go to them games with full armor. They have to go with full armor, bodysuits, like, do you know them lab jackets, but the whole lab suits where you got the screen in front of you. That's what I heard about that, and that's not exaggeration. People actually go there like that because it is violent. It is violent. Look,
I don't think there's anything like that in the US.
Somebody's gonna Jamie Carragher you in the face.
It is pretty chilled in the US, isn't it? Is it attack, defense? That's pretty much as big as it gets.
There's nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. That there's violence after some sporting events and stuff like that. But
yeah,
you never
usually,
really feel like you're. You don't feel like you're.
Wins.
Oh man, yeah, and like Boston and
you
stuff.
You don't feel like you're taking your life into your hands by stepping into a stadium.
I've seen people getting stomped on and stuff after.
Oh well, yeah, but that's few and far between. I mean, it does happen, but
wasn't there looting after some team won the what you call it, American football, NFL a few years back?
There's a lot of property damage. Sure. Turning cars upside down, setting things on fire. Sure.
People have so much
acceptable.
money riding on that game in particular that I think that.
But the team that won, the fans were rioting.
Oh
yeah,
well, yeah.
Then, it makes no sense at all. That's how you celebrate.
And you can't get in any trouble, so you break stuff. It's idiotic.
You climb light poles and pull them down, and it's stupid. It's really stupid.
It's like lads on tour, man.
I tell you, another dumb thing I did when I was in my early 20s. Jurgen Klinsmann's first game back at Bayern Munich. I was working in Munich at the time. I was living with another Irish lad, and we're both Tottenham fans. And it was Klinsmann's first game back at Bayern Munich, and we thought, right, we'll go along. We got tickets. We wear Tottenham jerseys out of respect for Klinsmann playing for Tottenham.
Yeah.
With the entire Bayern stand, we were at the front of it, all giving us stick through the whole game. And it was cool, man. It was all right. It was all friendly. We're like, no, we're here to support Klinsmann, Ich liebe Jurgen Klinsmann, But man, luckily they were good-natured.
Fans, huh?
I'll tell you what, I think it was Jean-Pierre Papin scored like an overhead from the edge of the box. I'm not getting into the corner. Papin, man, quality. That team, they've Lothar Matthäus, Oliver Kahn, if anyone can, Oliver Kahn, Mehmet Scholl, Klinsmann. I mean, there was just an endless list of quality players. It was fantastic. I used to go.
They were in.
Scott, what's up? I don't.
Sorry, man.
I forget what you're answering, but what's up, Scott? Nice to have you here, man.
There was depression all around Munich this week, wasn't there, with Gerd Müller? There was depression all week this week with the death of Gerd Müller, wasn't there?
Yeah.
He was in terms of goal scorers, there weren't many better. He was almost like the Jimmy Greaves of Germany. I mean, he was incredible. His goal scoring record was just absolutely sensational. But I don't want to sound stereotypical. But the Germans, they don't have the best sense of humor, do they? So when you went in there with the Klinsmann shirts,
we are very funny people. What are you talking about, Tommy?
Hey, I'll tell you. I didn't have the greatest experience with German people when I went to Germany, and that's where I come from. And they weren't very nice.
Man, I lived there for 18 months, and then I lived in Luxembourg for 18 months, and neither of them particularly good sense of humor. They don't get the whole banter thing, was it? Your German is so horrible. I will speak to you in my English. It's so much superior than your German. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confidence. I'm here to learn the language.
Have you seen the Harry Enfield skit? Have you seen that Harry Enfield skit with a German guy? That's brilliant.
No, but I was probably in it.
Oh, you got to watch that. It's so good. But
I'll see you later, Tom.
In terms of, I tell you what, in terms of coming up against teams, you never want to draw Germany. You never want to draw the Germany in the international stage. No. Even when their team was relatively poor, they didn't have before Götze in 2014. The Götze winning goal. Their team was poor. Their team was really poor. They just had a really good period the last 5 or 6 years. They got the youth coming through, but they were still a challenge. They had one of the poorest teams Germany ever had, but they still challenged and. They still get to the later stages of every tournament, every tournament. So semi-finals.
They're not much fun. They're kind of literal, but they've got a lot of discipline.
Oh, hell of a lot.
The German people as a whole,
Maybe that's why Sonny liked Germany so much. You know how Sonny really took to Germany.
But that's why his dad sent him to Germany.
He was like, "Oh yeah, Germany checks out." Yeah.
That's another country I've lived in, by the way, Korea, and.
Really?
Look,
in the military by chance?
Hey, man, I've got a half Filipino daughter. I've lived in, who's Japanese citizen. I've lived in Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Luxembourg, you name it. I've lived all over the world. But man, I dropped out of school early, and I just love traveling and learning how to cook. So that's what I did. But Korea. Look, I mean, and also my brother's wife is Korean, and I've got 3 half Korean nephews. But there's a certain standard of parenting that is extreme in Korea, and Sonny's dad is that, like they set the standard so high. The kids go to school at 6 a.m. or whatever. They get up, do their homework, go to school. They come out of school at whatever normal time. Then they have their food. Then they go into night study in additional school. Get home at whatever 10 p.m. and Sonny's dad applied that to his football, you know. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. Like I've seen it with my nephews. They've you know, they had a tough life from their mother, to be honest, because there was so much expectation and so much demands on them. But like it paid off at the end.
Sure.
It does.
Oh, it does. It
Unfortunately,
does.
you say that,
Yeah,
but you say that, but it usually does bring out the best in people. Look at Tiger Woods' dad. You know, he really despised his dad. He used to just stand on the greens when he was a kid, sit on the greens for like 8 hours, 9 hours. Andre Agassi. I read the Andre Agassi book, the tennis player. Oh my God, his dad was disciplined to.
Yeah, but I guess he ended up with drugs. You know, he ended up on drugs, man. Yeah. You know, like it's.
You either have to have that
big
drive
time.
externally or internally. Like I read the story too of man, why can't I think Romelu Lukaku and his story of growing up, and his will and desire came from like the poverty he saw his family facing, and his dad's footballing career ending, and he made a promise to his mom he would be a pro at 16, and like he did it. I don't know. It was really cool. I was like, damn it, I like this guy. Like,
nice story. I didn't know that. Yeah.
When you've gone through that, the pressure of being in a football pit isn't that bad. Do you know what I mean? You can handle it better. I think you can handle it better when you've got that sort of when you're brought up that way. You belong. You feel like you belong there, and you can take it. And talking about Lukaku, are they back now? Chelsea with Lukaku. I mean, a lot of people are saying they're going to win the title now. That's the final element. That's the final piece of the jigsaw.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he integrates into that team, but I think it's going to be scary. I know that everyone, you know, doesn't want to or does want to, you know, does or doesn't for the same, but want to make like the Drogba comparisons. But oh my God, if he could just get like a fraction, you know, if he could just get a number close to the amount of goals that Drogba had, Chelsea are going to be a fucking force.
So Fabrizio Romano said that Chelsea's got 10 different ins and outs going within a 2-week period. That's amazing amount of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Abramovich money.
Yeah.
What's the sales? They're gonna move.
But they're getting the deals done. I mean, you know, from what it sounds like Paratici has a lot of irons in the fire, but we got to get some of these.
Well, Abramovich
line.
probably understands the fucking value of players and understands that value depreciates over time, and that you're not going to get 100% return on a player that you paid X amount for 5 years ago, and that's what our chairman wants.
Up to this point, Chelsea haven't made many signings this window, have they? So I'm not surprised if they get a few. I mean, it's Lukaku, pretty much Lukaku. I know they want to centre back massively.
Yeah, they already had a very strong team. A center back, I think, would complete them. Really, where else? I mean, they're not really deficient in any one area unless they made a signing that would instantly jump into the first team.
Big up to Scotty M on the chat. Big up to Scotty M on the chat. Adam and Bob Spur. How are we doing, guys?
That's what I was going to ask you. I don't have my glasses on. I was going to say, it is Bob, is it?
Don't make Potch and I come after you, man. We'll do it. I'm here.
Dude, can I just say, for the first time ever, live, Bob, piss off. I owe you a hell of a lot of them.
Stop, Bob. Hey, you want to come on, Bob? The link's in the chat. I'll send it again, actually.
Yeah, jump on, Bob, because I need to go for a whiz.
Yeah, man.
I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. All right.
That's why I don't
Bob
drink
says
much.
that he hopes your cocaine issues have gotten a little better.
I missed this.
Yeah.
I missed this.
I was gonna say.
All right, guys. I'm gonna jump off there for a few minutes, right?
All right, have a good one. Don't.
All right, brother.
Too much, man.
Have a good.
No, I'm getting messages from my daughter in Japan. It's that time of the morning.
Oh,
she's
well, tell her we all said hello. Talk to you soon, my friend.
Yeah, and I've got a 2-year-old granddaughter, and I'm getting a pile of videos sent at me at the moment. So
teach her to say, "Come on, you Spurs."
No, would you believe my daughter supports a team called Tochigi, and they're in the second division in Japan, and she wants us to sign Takehiro Tomiyasu. And then she said, if we sign,
we want to sign Takehiro.
Yeah, I want him to, because she said if we sign him, she'll come over and watch him play. So fingers crossed. I'd love it. Listen, guys, thank you very much for having me on. Sorry, I'm somewhat Friday nighted with a few beers there, but
man, that's what it's all about, really. I don't,
I sent you guys all off on a sidetrack earlier because Tommy was talking about Lo Celso, and that was about an hour ago or half an hour ago. And yeah.
We forgot all about
Anyway,
that.
I know. I just
Great
thought
to
I'd
see you.
remind you.
Hey, Aaron, great to see you for the first time, man. Great to see you for the first time.
Thank you
Really
so
is.
much for being
Tom,
here, man.
thanks
You're
for
one of the
joining
us.
regulars.
Colin,
You're one of the
Mama,
reasons I do this.
my
shit.
pleasure.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers, guys. Talk to you soon.
Hey, peace
Cheers.
out,
In
my
a bit,
friend.
mate. In a bit.
That was
He's a
awesome.
crack. He's the epitome of a crack, isn't he? He's a good guy, Aaron. He cracks me up.
So teach me crack. That's how you say it? CRAIC. Crack?
Yeah, that is it. I didn't even realize it was spelled like that until about a year ago.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of Irish friends, so
they were like, they didn't want to tell you. They were like, oh shit, someone will let them know. They didn't want to break it to you. But okay, so hopefully Bob shows up. We put out the bat signal. But so back to the Chelsea. I mean, sorry, to the City game. I love the chants at the end of the match. The are you watching Harry Kane? What did you guys think about that? Especially since the man was in the building and he clearly heard that.
So he was in the building?
I mean,
I've
Tommy,
heard
that's
mixed
what
things.
you heard, right?
Sorry, I was reading the chat. What was that about Harry Kane? I was just reading the chat.
Was he in the stadium for the Man City match, as far as you know?
God knows. I know he got a lot of flack for not thanking his teammates on social media, which is just ridiculous.
You think it's ridiculous that he's getting the flack?
For not congratulating his teammates on social media. I'm guessing if he was at the stadium, or regardless where he was, he would have congratulated his teammates.
Right.
But what do you think about this Sunday? What's the chance of him playing, even being on the bench? What do you think? It's just not going to happen?
I don't think so.
I think he might be on the bench, maybe, but subbed in late. I don't know. I until the transfer window's over, I could see us just wrapping him up in bubble wrap. Just wanting to make sure that our asset doesn't have one of his trademark ankle injuries. I could see some ruthless, like shithouse defenders. I don't really know who starts at central defense for Wolves right now, but I could see some people just going for his ankles just to be bad, just to be shitty.
A very good point was made, and a very decent point for us as Spurs fans. The fact that Wolves, if you watched my preview earlier, brilliant, sweet and soccer guy, Scotty. He was saying that, look, they've got 15 players fit out of 25, 26. Wolves are going to struggle Sunday. Just fitness, they're in big trouble. And especially at centre-back. So if we can get that dynamic trio going again, and who knows if with Harry Kane, I think he's either going to start or he's just not going to play. Or I don't think he's going to be on the bench. A lot of people think he's going to be on the bench, come off the bench. Now, I don't think so. I think if he's there, he starts. I think if he's there, he starts, or he just won't be in the squad, which I think is very likely. He just might not be in the squad. I think that is very likely.
As Colin said, probably chalk it up to fitness or something.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, wrap him in cotton wool. That's it.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough. It's pretty.
I think until a decision is definitively made, I don't think we're going to see him.
You just have to wonder. I
don't know. I don't know if the actual Levy and the board has any idea if he's going to be there or not. I think it's literally still up in the air. It just depends on if City comes through with a decent offer. I think if they come through with a decent offer, they're going to bite their hand off. But I think that City is just ornery enough that they're just not going to do it.
I know I don't have.
I think they're enjoying fucking with us, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, and clearly they're bidding for Vlahovic, and has shown that they're fucking with us.
If they accept a bid now for Harry Kane with the targets we have, or the lack thereof, now going into the last 10 days of the season, that is just a complete disrespect towards the fans, because we know, even with the £150 million, there's no one out there. We've left things too late. Martinez is not going to come.
Talked about we're operating at a net profit for this transfer window. So unless we spend 150 mil real fucking fast, it's going to piss everybody off because they're
the prices of what is out there are jacked up so high that we'd be wasting money buying some of them.
Of
Bob,
course.
thank you so much for everything. Sorry to interrupt, Bob. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, and I hope you and your son have a good night, buddy. Thanks for being here,
mate. Is
Bobby.
that your favorite son?
Oh,
Is
you've
that
got
your favorite son?
multiple.
You've got a favorite son.
Sheesh. I hope, Mom, I hope I'm your favorite son. Can't see Kane being in the squad. Yeah, we're having a hard time. But sorry, Tommy, I interrupted you, man. We were talking bids. We were talking Kane.
Oh, yeah. What I was just going to say, what I was just going to end with there was the fact that, it's all good and well. We've got 10 days left, and even if a bid gets accepted, the targets are running thin. They've even signed new contracts, going elsewhere, or they've already moved. But they have to find replacements. If we sign Vlahovic, if Fiorentina haven't got much time to sign a replacement, they're going to be like, do you know what? We're not selling. If you want him, maybe we'll look at January, maybe we'll look at the summer.
Or how about an
Atletico-
astronomical bid? Like something
And-
dumb is what it would take now.
And
Like
you're going to
Harry
have to
Kane money
bed them
to get
into the
his-
team. You're
Yeah,
going to have to
and there's a
integrate
really
them.
good
And
chance, and there's a really good chance it's gonna fucking Vincent Janssen all over our faces. I can't handle that again, guys. I can't.
It's not
have
gonna
another
be-
Soldado. I can't.
But
have,
do you know what?
Can't do it.
The targets are running out. The targets are running out by the day. I can't see us selling him now. I really,
Maybe
really
we'll
can't
just
see
get
us selling
Soldado back.
him.
Bring Soldado
If-
back.
if-
Bring Chadley. Bring the Dolphin.
I always
Chadley
loved
back.
Chadley, so you know how I feel about him. But no, please don't bring him back.
Bring back-
Soldado was a
bring
big
back
deal
Pel-
when we signed him
bring
for
back
30 million
Pellegrini.
pounds. Soldado was a big deal when we signed him for 30 million pounds.
I thought we were.
brilliant.
I thought we were fucking like mint too. I was like, perfect. Tottenham.
I believe you had a Soldado shirt, didn't you, Colin?
I did, and
No
I wish I still had it.
way.
That kit that year was sexy with the blue HP, the
Yeah.
round HP logo on the front. I love that kit.
That was a good kit.
Oh man, yeah. It got worn too hard. Those were the days where I was wild, running wild. But
I did like the HP kit actually. I think we only had it for a year. We only had HP as a sponsor for a year.
And it was cool because it was blue. We had a blue, we had a blue sponsor, and that was nice.
That was pucker. That was really pucker actually.
I'm actually gonna check on eBay and try to find one of my size. Hey, I just was talking to Tommy. Once they come in, I don't want to talk too much about it. We're gonna start doing some shirt giveaways, and that's gonna be pretty fun. I've got a Sonny, a Kane, which is hilarious. I ordered it before everything happened. So I've got I've got a Sonny, Kane, Lo Celso, and a Bergwijn. So mixture of home or away and third. So there'll be some kits to give to the peeps. Thanks again for watching, everybody. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you guys. There's not a whole lot of us. It's like a small little family. But I appreciate every single one of you motherfuckers. So thanks, and I'm spreading the love. Oh man, except for Adam. Adam hated the HP kit. You don't get any. You don't get any kits.
Right,
And
take him off the list.
You're not going in the drawing for one of the kits, Adam. We loved it.
It is a lot of people like the. I've got the kit. I think it's horrible. This one.
I was gonna say you have to
Give me
get
2
it.
seconds.
Making him get up, making him move. Oh yeah, well people just love that because of the year and what happened.
I hate that kit. I really, really hate this
Man,
kit.
but nothing says Bale like that kit. That kit just says Bale all over
That kit says
Oh,
VDV
that's
for
true.
me, baby.
Yeah,
that is true.
VDV. I can see that too. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. But I'll tell you what I need. I need your blue one with the gold stripes on the sleeves.
Yeah,
That is beautiful.
I think I might have 2 of those. I'll have to check in the.
That is
old
beautiful.
stash.
I'll mate whatever. I'll pay in postage, whatever from the States. I'll pay for that. I can't find it on eBay anywhere. So
Really? Yeah,
Really?
I definitely have.
Cool.
I definitely have more than one. No name on the back or anything, but
Oh, brilliant! Even better.
there we go. We're gonna have to. We'll get something. See, it pays off to be YouTube friends. That's for sure.
It certainly does. There was something else that was happening.
Adam's a picky kit guy. I can't please him. What's your favorite kit, Adam? We'd love to know. Let us know.
Are we going back? Are we going back some, Adam? Are we going? I've got a few old pony ones. I've got
Oh,
a
did we
couple.
notice Tottenmom's got the beer out? So watch out, everybody. After the beer comes.
I've had it the whole time. You just
Why
aren't
am
paying
I
attention.
always the last one drinking? Why am I always the last one drinking?
I'm not drinking.
It's later there. You should be drinking for sure.
My friends always knew me as
shit to do tomorrow.
drinker. My friends knew me as the drinker, so yeah, I need to get the Chardonnay out next time for sure. I can't believe Mari's channel. Everyone was completely sloshed. So if you
I
ever
need to start doing
go
that on my
watch
channel.
Norwich
Maybe have like a 2-drink minimum to get on the channel, and then be drinking while you're on.
That sounds dangerous. Don't even.
You have to have 2 shots for me to let you in, and then once you're in, we gotta drink while we talk.
That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of doing like a drinking session where we all have like similar drinks.
Well, then you have to get me, and I've got.
And maybe we have to play a game where we have to do shots at like certain points, or
Yeah.
if
But
somebody,
some
if somebody
people-
has a certain opinion, that you have to drink a shot. Or,
Yes, yeah, like Ring of Fire. It'd basically be Ring of Fire.
See, and I
it's an exclusive, Colin. It's an exclusive, man. You can copyright this.
We're gonna share it.
It's happening on your channel.
I want to share it on your channel too, because then people will actually see it.
That's cool. It's cool.
But yeah, no. So we smashed City. It was comprehensive. It wasn't even. I don't think it was really close. They had a couple of chances that they missed that were pretty clear cut, as did we. Anyway, Kane wasn't there. He saw us win. What do you think? What do you think he felt? Do you think he felt like?
I think he felt like he wants $150 million so he could go play for City.
He thinks he would have made the difference for City. That's for sure. I know that guy's ego. He was sitting there thinking, "I would have scored that."
Then why isn't City ponying up the money to buy him?
And that's.
I think if he's got a complaint, he's got a complaint with them, not with us.
Or his dumb fucking brother. Hey, Tommy.
Yo, don't get me started on Charlie. Don't get me started on Charlie. Jesus, that guy. Like, he should not have a job. He should not have a job regardless of the job he's been given, accountant and agent. He should be at job centre, basically. He's hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. But Harry Kane has to take the brunt of that. Don't employ your brother, and don't let him give you a 6-year contract. You don't need to listen to your brother. It's obvious. You do not sign a 6-year contract with a club that has won nothing. Okay, we were chasing for the top 4 back then. But he was the best striker in the world then. I'm not dissing my own team, but
I don't think anybody should sign a 6-year contract anyway. I mean,
ridiculous.
so much can happen in 6 years.
How did I guess that they liked the money. They probably liked the figure.
Maybe you get more money if you sign a 6-year contract. We give you 10% more because it's a larger contract. That
so did I read correctly that the loyalty bonus is something like $30-something million?
That's why he won't put in the transfer request, son of a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like a ridiculously high amount of money for the loyalty bonus.
But if Man City give Grealish 325 grand, Kane will get 400 grand a week, 450, double his wages from Spurs. Easy, and there'll be a signing on fee as well. When someone goes for 150 million pounds, the agent will get a signing on. He'll probably get 10-15 million pound himself. Kane, there's a signing. There are hidden figures in football. That's one of the hidden figures.
Sure.
The signing on fees.
Oh yeah, and he's definitely there's been money exchanged or talked about already. The way that he's acting is very calculated. Anybody who can't see it, I know sometimes. And maybe he's changed this too, but one time I heard in an argument, Mr. K defending Kane or people defending Kane and saying that, from what we know, he hasn't done anything wrong. Everything that we've heard is rumors. Everything is unsubstantiated. We haven't heard anything really from him. But the writing is on the wall. You don't have to hear it. I mean, you can infer things. You can tell by the way that he's acting. Everything is very calculated, all the way from not returning back from training on time. The statement where he was hurt, it's all. It just makes so much sense. It's like we're solving a crime, but we already have the answers right in front of us. I don't know. I don't see how he wants to go. It's so clear. It's so clear, and he's trying to force the club to sell him at a price that's below their valuation, and trying to make Levy out to be the bad guy, where in this one instance I don't think he is.
I'm tired of the whole saga.
Me too, but I didn't really mean to get here.
In a very American phrase, it's time to shit or get off the pot, man. It's we need closure on this one way or the other, and unfortunately the way that we operate in the transfer season is we're not going to get that closure, and we're just going to have to live with this pain for a while longer. But
Tommy,
damn, it would be nice. It would be nice to move on one way or the other. You know.
Were you around when Modric had his big shit fit and wanted to go to Chelsea and met with Abramovich on his personal yacht and refused to go
Me?
on tour? No, Tommy, and refused to
Tommy.
go on tour. And refused to go to training, and then he stayed an extra year, and the fans forgave him. And I wonder if Kane, if he just buckles down.
Jesus, of course his fans will forgive him.
Yeah, I mean, if he scores, 3 goals this month, which he's more than capable of, football's a fickle sport. That we're going to be screaming Harry Kane, he's one of our own. Throughout the games,
slapped the badge a couple times, and he's back in our hearts. It just sucks. I mean, I just hate. I don't know. I hate the way that he handled it. I feel like I never knew that there was such a snaky component to that guy. You know how he always seems so squeaky clean, and now he's just got like this. I just feel like, ew.
He's been sullied.
Yeah, he's no longer the poster boy, the golden child of
Do you see Son ever doing this? Do you see Son ever doing something like that? No chance. No chance.
Sonny is Spurs through and through. I think had he been able to stay, and I know that he wasn't good enough to, Eric Lamela was also the same, though. I think Eric Lamela would have, you know how Dyer has that quote, like he wants his ashes spread at White Hart Lane. I feel like Lamela would have died on the pitch, though. Like.
Erickson would have died on the pitch. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
That was so terrible. So terrible. So dark. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. Mama's on the beer. Don't worry. Mama's on the beer.
Yeah, see, blame it on the beer. Well, but it was definitely the beer.
What brand you got? Show off. We're going to say that they're sponsoring. What beer is sponsoring your ad?
Hell, I don't even know what this is. Longboard Island Lager. Hey, so today I watched the training video that came out today, and something that really struck me is, of course, Sonny, is Sonny and has that personality, that smile, and everything. The one thing that really struck me is he was really, really yucking it up and friendly with Aurier and Sissoko. And I was like, people talk about them having such a terrible, terrible attitude. And I was like, boy, it's nice to see Sonny, the new talisman of the team, bringing them in the fold and being, but, it's just like every single bit of that video looked like Son was just having a ball and working his feet off, on there. And it's just amazing to me what we can get out of Sonny. It's intangibles like that bring the team together, that, sure, he delivers on the pitch, but man, on the training ground, he is also the best thing for that club, man. He's amazing.
Bob will know this. Bob, we discussed this briefly. I think it was at the start of last week. Son as a future Spurs captain. Is he captain material? Is he captain material?
Will you mute and unmute your phone? You're echoing again.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, is future Spurs captain is Sonny? I don't know.
Is he captain material though? Is he captain material? I know he's the face of Spurs right now.
This is going to sound bad when I say it. I don't think that he speaks like English clearly enough, maybe, to communicate everything that he needs to communicate. I know that he does speak English well, but as captain, you need to really be able to articulate your point to the referee or to your team. And also, I think he plays too far up the pitch. I mean, ideally, you want your captain, in my opinion, to be
Yeah, I think he's a little too forward on the pitch, but I think he speaks the language perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think that's okay. And football is a universal language to a certain extent. You know what you're doing as a captain. I mean, the captain is not key in football. It really isn't. Where it is in some sports, like we've got cricket here, and the captain in the cricket team is so literally controls everything. In football, it's not that big of a deal. It's like when your player's about to get a yellow card, they're like, tell your player to calm down, or we're going to give him a yellow card. That's pretty much it. I don't like Lloris in goal. I don't like having Lloris in goal. I don't like a captain being a top striker either. Centre mid or centre back. So Hojbjerg is certainly the future. And maybe skip after that. But I like my captain in centre midfield. He's not aggressive enough, Son. He's a very nice guy, but as the captain, I just don't think he fits into that mode. But it doesn't really matter, doesn't it? The captain nowadays in football is just the face of the team, and Son now is the face of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and rightly so, because what Harry Kane done. It was Harry Kane what Harry Kane done in terms of missing training. Son is the face, and he's good enough. He's unbelievable. Best left winger in the Prem. One of the best in the world, on the planet. The only one that can come close, maybe Sterling. Sterling's a very good left winger. Gets a lot of flack, but he's a very good left winger. Mane sort of dwindled, hasn't he? So I think Son's the best left winger in the Prem. He's the best left winger. We've got the best striker and the best left winger. We've got good things. We've got things going for us. We really do have things going for us.
Hey, I have a question, which is a complete turn. Why are we linked with so many wingers in this?
I think you've muted yourself, Colin. Colin, you're muted. I think you're muted, mate. Nope. But I'll definitely answer that. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you now.
Wonderful.
What I was saying about the wingers, that's a very, very good point, because I'm lost. Not just wingers, but left wingers. Why are we going for left wingers?
Exactly.
And Son's just signed a new contract. We've got Sessegnon there who can't play left back. We signed him as a left winger. Bergwijn's a left winger. We got Hill. We didn't need to sign Hill. Yeah. He's not a priority.
Did you hear how we signed? Did you hear how we signed Hill?
No. Was it something behind the scenes? It was I don't know.
Yeah. So special. And remind me, I'm really stupid. Remind me of the team though where he came from.
Sorry.
Remind me of the team that Hill came from again.
Oh, it was Sevilla.
Okay,
we swapped him for Lamella.
We were at Sevilla to look at Koundé, and then Paratici just noticed Hill and looked good, and then inquired about him, and he was available. He wasn't like a target. He was, kind of an afterthought. Like we were there, and we were like, oh, pretty good price for that young stud. Like how much, And then we got him. That's the story.
That makes sense. That is worrying, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
that is worrying.
Well,
I think it makes a lot of sense.
At least 3 of the people that we are linked with today are like 19 and 20 years old.
Oh, but hey, Bob says that captaincy would elevate Son and make him an even better player. That he thrives with that sense of responsibility. I agree, and then he's the face of Spurs going forward. But Højbjerg is the captain regardless, so we're all on the same page with Bob.
Agreed.
Which is cool because Bob's he knows things. And yeah, Bob, I'll definitely be on the show tomorrow if you're happy, man. Send me a message with the deets. Unless Tommy, are you busy tomorrow? He wants to know.
Oh man, no, crack on. I'm at the circus tomorrow with the kids. I'm at the circus with the kids tomorrow.
He's at the circus, so I gladly stay there.
So I can't make it.
But anyway, sorry. Back to football. Yeah.
So yeah, the whole left winger situation, I just don't get it, and that is worrying. What you said, but it makes perfect sense, Colin.
No, that's 100%. I mean, that's come from reliable. That's
bloody worrying. Because let's face it, I don't care what anybody said among the Spurs community. Nobody knew who Hill was, and we certainly didn't know what he'd done at Eibar last season. He scored 4 goals. It's YouTube clips. You watch YouTube clips.
You know who he looks like? You know who he looks like when he plays? Marcus fucking Edwards. And you know who we used to have on our squad that cost 0? Marcus fucking Edwards. You know what I mean? Like, what is he? He's just a Spanish Marcus Edwards. He's too small. He's technical. He's a good dribbler. I don't know. He was far from impressive in his cameo the other day.
But you mentioned Marcus Edwards. I was talking about this earlier. Marcus Edwards, Adel Taarabt, Kevin Prince Boateng, Giovanni Dos Santos. These players all had the talent, unbelievable talent, but they lacked. There was something missing. Maybe not so much with Hill, but especially when we look at Tanguy. You going circus with kids tomorrow, Tom? I'm sure Spurs are playing Sunday, but I was going to try and chuck something in there. When I said circus, I was going to try and chuck something in there, but you just summed it up.
He beat you too, man. It's typical Bob.
But yeah. I mean, we didn't need.
If he's going to see clowns, doesn't he have to go see Arsenal?
Oh,
I can't wait.
Someone doesn't need to go to Liverpool.
I can't wait to see them get battered against Chelsea on the weekend, because they are going to get battered. I'm telling you now. Lukaku's first game, he's got a lot to prove. They're in trouble. They're in big trouble. They've signed 2 more players now as well.
I really hope so. I'm just tired of Mo Salah being, he's so good, and it's frustrating.
Yeah,
I guess I could he play on the left?
Probably, yeah. I don't know why. I don't
I
know
mean,
why.
if you check him on the left, I say he'd be as good as Sonny. He's a player to rival Son for that position. He
If you was
plays
just to
it
sum up,
in a different way. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
If
Like
you was just to
he's
say winger, like who's the best winger in the Prem, I think you'd have to go Salah. You'd have to go Salah, wouldn't you? You would have to go Salah.
But Sonny's right there, and Sonny, I would say this is going to be weird. Makes longer runs with the ball. Salah will get the ball and then not have to use like just a tiny bit of movement to beat his man, and he's opened up a spot for himself. It's almost Kane-esque in the way that he can make space where there's not much. Whereas Sonny runs by entire teams and then solo scores. But anyway, they're different. So sometimes. Sonny's awesome. We can disagree with that. We sure could have done with Sonny in Portugal.
Sure.
You think? Not having a proper striker is really a lot of what fucked us. Hey, also Bob said he's getting a lot of feedback. I think that's you, Mom. So what I'm gonna do is manually. Okay, I'm gonna manually mute you whenever you're not talking. But yeah, so we're back. So yeah, we really could use Son against Portugal, in Portugal, and Paços de Ferreira was a good team, but man, just Son at half, and I don't think you would have to change anything else. I think we would have gotten the 2 goals.
That was to his detriment last season, though. That destroyed Son. That very thing playing Thursday. So I know it's a one-off. So maybe if it's a one-off, win the game and then play the youngsters in the group stages. Like I said earlier, it's essential that we get through to give the Deadwood and the young players games. But it's risky. That's, as I said, that's what burnt Son out, playing every Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. It killed him. And we saw for a 2-month period, he was just gone. Before he got injured, he was gone. And then obviously he was injured, so he couldn't do anything. Then even when he came back, he wasn't the same. Jose just burnt the boy out. He burnt the boy out. Now we've got him back to his best. He looked awesome in every game in preseason.
People talk about Lamella. Lamella would have been a good sub even to have.
He's that sort of player, isn't he? He's got that shithousery workhorse in the last 20, 30 minutes. That was basically Lamella's role for the past 5 years.
And we just really missed something. We had nothing really to change the game, and we had no plan going into the game. It was basically, you guys are more talented than these guys. Go out there and show it. Show through individual talent. Go out there and play well. And they had a very clear plan and executed it. I think that was the difference. But just anybody to change things up. Lucas, I know that these are all of our starters now, but that they didn't really used to be. But a Lucas to just run at some of those defenders. Those defenders were big boys. I don't think they could have kept up with the pace of Lucas. It was just a sad show. But we can all agree that Nuno clearly knew that was a possibility. You don't put that team out and
he has to take some flack. He absolutely has to take some flack. I don't care what anybody says. You should have put a couple of the experienced boys on the bench. Everyone's saying it, and it's it was a necessity, really. It was a necessity. I can't forgive that. I can't forgive that. It's so important that we get through to the Conference League. It really is, not to win.
I know, and everyone talks about it like it is important, and you say not to win it, but I even think I mean to push forward isn't a bad thing, and I think if we could do that with 1 or 2 starters, why not? I mean, you're not gonna, if you rotate out which of those starters, and I know they tried to do that with certain players, but the starters that we chose were shit. I'm sorry, but you can't. Winks is shit. He's not gonna.
Who would you have in on Thursday? Would you change it? I think he will change it. Would you change it? And if so, what players might you bring in?
Yeah. Oh well, I would absolutely change it. We need either Højbjerg or Skippy in midfield. Terribly.
I think we definitely need a centre back. I think we need Dyer Sancho. I never thought I'd say this.
We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna play. I don't think we're gonna be seeing this 3 at the back shit. I don't think we're gonna be seeing that at all. That was an experiment, and I don't think it worked.
You say that, but I've talked about this a few times because somebody else mentioned it, a streamer. So I'm not trying to be a smart ass here, but another streamer mentioned it.
Yeah.
And that was in terms of Sunday. In Sunday, we went to a free. We basically went to a free for much of the game. So we played a flat four. Reggie was left wing back at times, pushed higher up. Tanganga came as the third centre back. So it's Dyer, Sanchez, Tanganga, and Lucas was making runs from right wing back. So you can say Lucas was right wing back. That's a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, whatever you want to say. We formed. We went in and out of that. That's not surprising. Nuno always played with three at the back.
That's his possession. Yeah, or not
exactly.
possession.
That's his game. That's his base. That's where he's been successful. The first 3 years at Wolves, when he got promoted, first season, 2 7th place finishes, he had 3 at the back. And last season, he didn't play 3 at the back. It effectively got sacked. So 3 at the back works best for him. But I can see that. I like the fact that we can adapt to the game and maybe go 4 and then go 3.
If we're playing 3 at the back, get Connor Cody in the door.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I mean that just seems obvious. Aaron says though, thanks for having him on. I just got off the phone with granddaughter, 2-year-old karaoke session call. Total nightmare. She sings worse than me. Aaron, you're the best, man, and you sound like an awesome granddad.
You need to write your memoirs, Aaron. I'll buy it. I'll buy your memoir. I'll buy that
for
book.
real.
You need
Absolutely.
to write your memoirs, man.
Absolutely, man. And thanks for coming on. You're a legend. You could be on anytime you want, man. We loved having you. It was a blast. But
I've written one note. I've written one note here, and that's travel more. Travel more. I'm so jealous of people that have been traveling crazy amounts. I have done it.
We're about to. I mean, Mom and I had everything planned and tickets and lodging and everything, and then COVID, everything locked down maybe a week before we were supposed to go.
I have to get to the States. States is next on my agenda, 100%. Yeah, North America and South America. I've got to hit that. I've been to pretty much every continent now. Spent a little bit of time in South Africa. That was awesome. But I have to get to North America. Route 66 would be great, but I'm not allowed to drive anymore because I've got epilepsy, so that would be tricky. But you could. I've heard that people they you stay in hostels and then a couple of other people drive in and then you put money in and you can make friends that way and then you travel together. So I need to do that. I need to do that in the States. So that's next on the agenda. But it's traveling. Yeah, I've done worked seasons abroad. So I worked 3 or 4 months in Cyprus and stuff. But they're my memories. They're the best memories. They're the best memories you ever have. The traveling. And I know you've been around Europe as well, Colin. You've been around Europe as well, haven't you, Colin? And that must have been the best times. They're the best times. Imagine watching football games as well. I think you're muted or something's wrong with your audio. But I need to watch football games in between. Imagine going to these cities and watching football games, some of the biggest derbies. That'd be great. That's on the agenda for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Can you guys hear me now?
You're going Star Trek again. You're going Star Trek.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you. Your light's off.
Okay, cool. I'll be back in just 1 second. Boom.
Bosh.
Okay, well,
bosh.
one thing that's really cool that I got to do. We were in Italy, and I got to see Gigi Buffon's last game he played for Juventus. I got to see that live. Not there. Fuck, that made it sound cooler. But I was in Italy, at a at a pub, and it was really, really cool. That experience was awesome. But yeah, football. I mean, I was advised not to try to get tickets to that match just because I don't know. People scared me off. Juventus, I guess they're they got the
yes, Bob,
ultras,
let's do it, mate. Let's do it, mate.
Boom, there you go. You guys crash here.
Have you got a motorbike license? Oh, mate, that'd be amazing.
I don't, but guess what I do have? I have a car that gets 1 million miles per gallon.
No, I'm talking about Bob. We can do Route 66 on a motorbike. I have a Backy. It's cheaper as well, petrol.
Oh my God! We'll just get a sidecar. Is that what you guys are doing?
Oh yes. We can stream on our phones as well, on the rests. On our rest, we could stream. We could do that. I don't know.
We'll turn it into top
reaction video
for Spurs, and we'll go to
after the Spurs games.
Oh my God! We'll visit all of the Spurs supporters pubs along the way in America. This is awesome. We've got our next show figured out. We're gonna.
Hey, Colin.
Yes.
Colin, we should go to Indy on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. Chat and taps.
And hang out with the Indy Spurs.
I'm down like a clown. That sounds awesome.
I
But
thought you said India. Then.
for a
Is it
second,
India?
I did too. I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, let's go to
that'd be
India.
trick.
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Okay, fair enough.
Pink Cadillac.
There's a good supporters club up there that has a watch party up there. It's pretty fun.
If you need to go India, contact Bob. Yeah, Bob will know about that. That is actually like second on my list, India, because I'm a massive cricket fan. So I'd love to go to India. And curry.
Yeah.
Curry and cricket. I just want to eat a curry with one hand, because I know that's what they do over there. They eat curry with their left hand. No cutlery, nothing. Do you know what I can't stand the most? I know this is not football related. People that eat a pizza with a knife and fork. Oh, I want to shoot myself when I see that. I want to shoot. It was created to fit in the palm of your hand. It was created to fit in the palm of your hand.
It's like really hot and you really want to bite, and so you cut off just one piece with like just a fork. Even you don't even use the knife. You just edge the fork and then you blow on it just with the first bite, and then you eat it like a normal person. Because that's what I do. I'm really hungry, but I burnt the roof of my mouth so many times, you guys.
You can't wait to get it in your gullet. Yeah,
I mean, it's too good. I like
the thin stuff. If it's really, really thin, then fair enough. But if it's thin, then it's a sandwich to me. If it's that thin, it's a sandwich. So yeah, I don't agree with it. But hey. You know how to do your pizzas over there as well. You call it pizza pie, don't you? What's the difference between pizza and pizza pie?
Shit. I think pizza pie maybe would be like the Chicago. Where I'm from, we're kind of famous for our pizza. We have some very special. It's a very special pizza place. It's been there since like the 40s. But it's some thin crust pizza. It's delicious. If you ever make it to the States, I'll find out where you are and I'll mail you. They do a thing where they like bake them like halfway and then pack them in dry ice and then you just finish them off in the oven at your place. Lovely. I wonder if they
go completely off the football topic, but to me it's sport and food. To me it's sport and food. So in terms of pizza, well, I'm half Kurdish. So a Turkish pizza is the greatest. It's basically like completely flat, but you put like lettuce and yogurt in it, and then you roll it up, salad and yogurt in it, you roll it up, and it's like a burrito. It's like oh my God, it's amazing. Just thinking about, I'm salivating now. Let's go back to football. Let's go back to Harry Kane. What's going on?
Man,
what's cracking?
Okay, so yeah, we could have used Harry Kane. That would have been cool. Imagine bringing him off the bench in Portugal.
Imagine that. Was there ever any likelihood that he was going to play for Thursday? I don't think so. Harry Kane's going to play Thursday.
if we're gonna play Harry Kane and waste and potentially injure the man, let's do it in the league or a game that matters where we actually need him. We've already played what one could say is the hardest team in the league, and we didn't have him, and we coped. I said before that playing City, as you know, was definitely beneficial to us. Do you guys agree?
Let's injure him. Let's injure Kane so he can't go. Let's injure him.
All right, that's like what was the
He'll fail his medical, won't he? He'll fail his medical, so then he can't, regardless of whether the transfer.
They're gonna say, "Sir, you can't even breathe through your nose. How are you gonna?"
City was never going to hurt Harry. They would have given him a little bubble to run in, so he could have run riot on City. Can you see him going in?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. He would. They just would have like parted the sea and just let him like run in and score goals, but he's off. I don't know. Hold on, real quick. Bob's saying.
Oh, is that a grey cat? Oh, I love grey cats.
Yeah, no, that's my cat. Well, it was.
Oh,
my
is
cat,
it?
But I've moved.
It was your cat years ago, but it's my cat now.
She's your cat. Her name's Otter. Just now, everyone knows a lot more about me now.
Where's my beagle? My beagle's usually in here. He's not here at the moment.
I've seen him like on his back with his paws up in the air before in the background.
He's a beautiful dog. Good old Max. I was going to do something on YouTube with him because I know there's a massive dog crowd. But I looked on it.
Have him like pick who's going to win a game or something. You know what I mean? Like
no, but
goals.
This is ridiculous. But on Twitter, there's a dog called Max the Beagle. It's Max the Beagle. That's what my dog's called, and it's got millions of followers and stuff. And on YouTube, it's got loads. I was like, of all names to choose, Max the Beagle. Incredible.
Make him part of your open.
Someone's mic's going bad.
Yeah, Mom, your mic's going crazy. I wonder why. Hold on. I'm going to totally remove you and put you back and see if that helps.
Sometimes does. That sort of thing. Sometimes. Oh, Bob's India, Pakistan, man.
I wonder what the deal is. Edit mic settings. Echo cancellation. Fixed. Are you there?
I don't know. Am I?
Fuck yes. I'm a genius.
Yay.
Better. Man. Perfect. I'm really sad.
I can say I can cut out if it's problematic. I said Tommy needs to put Max into a little kit and edit him in his open.
Well, no, you take advantage of that Max the Beagle that already exists, and you post videos of your Max the Beagle, and then people will click on it because they're like, "Oh, Max the Beagle, of course." But yeah, have two things. Get like two balls.
The better Max the Beagle.
Get like two balls and put like a treat in them, and then have him choose one. He can choose who's gonna win games and stuff. You know, like you can.
And if they copyright me, I'll give him the treat. His name's Maxwell. So I can just say, oh no, this is Maxwell.
Right? Yeah, I always thought about having like a business where what if your name was Wendy and you wanted to own a burger joint and you wanted to call it Wendy's because that's your name.
My last dog was a French bulldog called Ledley. Why did I call him Ledley? Oh my god, my favorite player of all time, Ledley King, and not far behind it is Robbie Keane. That's quite controversial, but I loved Robbie Keane's celebration. You can see it from my intro.
Why is that controversial?
Because he's not. Because everyone, when you talk about top strikers for Spurs, everyone's like, oh, Defoe, but I was a Keane man. It was usually Keane or Defoe, and a lot of people would have more love towards Defoe.
I love Defoe. But you know who else I love that doesn't get any credit, and I love him only because of like FIFA and like Colt, but like Darren Bent.
Really, he was not great for us. He wasn't much better than Soldado, was he? And we spent a lot of money on him too.
Yeah, no, he was one of those expensive flops. But I mean, it's a nice piece of Spurs history. And there was a FIFA game where I don't know, there was something wrong with his stats. They had him in there incorrectly because he was super usable.
That's mad.
Yeah.
The guy I'm not sure who watched it. Not too many people watched it, but I had a Man City preview with a young Irish guy on Saturday, and he lives down the same road as Robbie Keane's mum. There's Robbie Keane's mum, which is unbelievable. Yeah, he told me that last time. I was like, that's crazy. He is literally my hero. King is literally my Ledley King. Keane.
I bet you this dude with just a little bit of greasing of the wheels. I bet you could get an autograph or something from your boy.
That's a good shout,
dude. Yeah, through this dude, through the grandma or the mom or whatever, the mom, and then
he was amazing in the MLS. I'm not sure how much MLS you watch, but he was amazing in the MLS as well, Robbie Keane, for years.
Like Galaxy, is that who he played for?
Yeah, I think so. He destroyed it for like 3 years. Like, it was unbelievable.
It's really weird to watch European players whenever they come and play in the MLS. Giovinco, I remember. Man, Wanyama's not doing too bad. I mean, he's not playing for a great team.
Where did he go?
Montreal Impact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Canada, technically, we need to ask Cody Mack about that.
The Mac Daddy.
Wonder if he eats spaghetti there.
Oh, he eats spaghetti there, and he likes it.
And it's very nice.
Yeah, and he likes it. So, all right. Well, before we head off, because we've all vented, I don't know. Real quick, I'll ask you guys, do you think that we're going to start taking this cup more seriously? Do you think we're going to take the cup seriously, or are we going all out in the league this season?
The cups in terms of all trophies, or you just mean Conference League?
Anything. Conference League is what I'm asking about specifically, but I mean, if you think we're going to try to make a deep cup run, and I just want to know, what you think our priorities are going to be and where you think they're going to lie. This season.
Well, I had a rant earlier about getting into the top four. So I've got to stick with that. The 38-game Premier League marathon is what it's all about to me. We
But
started
that's
off pretty well, haven't
obviously,
we?
yeah. And I mean, we can only build from here. We just have to remember how long of a battle that is. I know that a trophy won't get us. Top four is necessary, but top four in a trophy would really be. I mean, I know
FA Cup would
that's
be
asking a
great.
lot.
I
Yeah.
would like the FA Cup. Carabao Cup and the Conference League, I couldn't really care two
I mean,
shits about it,
are
if I'm
you
perfectly
for
honest.
real? I mean, if we got top four in one of those cups, I would be.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be
I mean, don't get me.
happy as a lark.
Oh,
Is
that'd be
a pretty
magnificent.
United
That'd be
States.
magnificent. Yeah, this is. The question would be, this is a question. I just thought about it now. Would you prefer top four or fifth and a cup?
Top four.
Top four or fifth and a trophy?
Unless
Top
unless
four.
that trophy was the Champions League trophy somehow, like we magically, got
The FA
transported.
Cup's even a dilemma, though. The FA Cup is a dilemma. FA Cup
Does
and
that
fifth.
get you into Europa? No, wait, we're fifth. You'd already be in Europa. Yeah. See,
Yeah, that's a
see,
tricky
God, I
one
think
for
I'd have to
me.
go top four. I just think the money
it is tricky.
and the
money,
draw.
yeah, exactly. Players like Koundé couldn't reject us just straight off the basis of the fact we're not in the Champions League. But maybe that's
But I don't.
maybe that's
But
an easy out.
I don't
Maybe
think
that's
us Americans understand the cups as well as
Yeah, no, we don't, Tommy, and explain that to us. Like as a
I mean, the FA Cup's the oldest club trophy in the world. The FA
and
Cup. So
it's really cool because of all of the the levels of teams that can be involved. A lower level team can really
yes.
surprise and come
But,
through and
I
when
mean,
or at least get a lot of income revenue for their club through ticket sales. And I mean, it's really cool for the smaller clubs as well.
I mean, if they get a
I
home
think
game,
it's a great thing to watch, and
We're
it's a
not
great
letting Tommy
story.
talk.
it's very special. Yeah, it's very special. It's very special.
Yeah, we've recently become like part-time AFC Wimbledon fans. So
But Marine, we got Marine last season. Who would have ever thought that Marine? They're like in the
no,
10th
that was so
division.
cool. I wish I would have got a kit. I guess I still can. I don't know if they ever got international shipping. That was my hang up at the time. Was no international shipping, but back when, you know what I mean, whenever they lost out all that money for ticket sales, they were selling all kinds of stuff. But
Yeah, man.
it's lower league football is where it's at. I wish there's actually a team that just started up in like the absolute lowest professional division. Started up in my town. Played like their second game the other day, so I'm gonna have to go start supporting them. They're called the Evansville All Stars, which is sad because I don't know why you're calling yourselves the All Stars already. No, wait, even worse, Evansville Legends. Sorry, All Stars is
Really?
Oh no,
I don't
not
like
legends. That sounds like pensioners team, like over 65s or something, over 70s.
Yeah, and it's all guys that are younger than me, that I've never heard of. But I'll support them because they're my local, and you have to,
That's crazy.
What
But
can you
just
do?
carrying on with the FA Cup, the thing that makes the FA Cup so special, as Aaron said, back in the day, it used to be huge. It used to be huge because the Premier League wasn't the Premier League then; it was just Division One. Premier League's changed everything. It's much more. The league's always been prestigious, but there's much more to the Premier League than there was Division One. But before that, it was the FA Cup. Basically, before the Premier League, FA Cup was huge. But it's the qualifying rounds. So we only most Premier League clubs enter at the third round around Christmas time. But there's 2 rounds before that, first round, second round. But like the team in my town, and Aaron explained about the team in one of the towns that beat Paços de Ferreira has got 25,000 population. It's the same with us. We've got like 24,000 population, but we will be in the qualifying round of like 20. So every English club is basically part of it. The FA Cup, every English club is part of it. Doesn't happen in any other competition. Carabao Cup, nothing even comes close. So you really can be a Marine. You can be a Marine who have no money whatsoever, nothing, and then reach the second, third round. They must have won about 15 games just to get there. But so there's something incredible about it. It's just
it opens it up for a real Cinderella story, for a real underdog.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
that.
I think that's magical. I think that's
the beauty.
A great story in sports.
That's the beauty of the sport. Yeah, in general, exactly. That's why. When I fell in love with Tottenham was the run the year I just happened to pick up a cable package that had tons and tons of Premier League, but I saw Man, I saw Spurs in their run and that game, the header from Peter Crouch that effectively, at the time, like threw us into the Champions League for the first time in forever, and then I've seen that Champions League run, and Gareth Bale at the San Siro. I don't know. I just picked a really fun time. I feel like it's sort of like the fans that have jumped on now or jumped on right before the most recent Champions League run. I got really lucky with what drew me in, and I got to see some really fun stuff.
But the good thing is you're not one of those people that's a bandwagon jumper. That you do appreciate the struggle that it takes to get there, and sometimes the win means more when you are coming off a bad spell, and I hate people who like right now would decide, oh, I need to be a City fan. I mean, that's vulgar to me. Sport is supposed to be about a certain amount of loyalty and following and building.
And you got to feel you got to feel something in your heart. That's what it is for me. I know that sounds kind of lame, but I really do feel something with Spurs. But with the chiming of the clock, I feel like it's as good a time as any. No, for us to part ways. I know that for Tommy, it is literally like 2 a.m.
Yeah, poor Tommy. Sleepy boy.
So we're gonna end this on a real
so
chill.
much streams this week, 2 today, so I'm chilling now. It's fine.
Hey man, I like that this has been a very chill stream, and we're gonna end it chill, just like we've been doing it. And I'm gonna say peace out, guys. Peace out to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys so much. If you like this and you want to just keep coming and hanging out and doing this, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell, and just we'll keep doing it. We'll keep having fun because I'm having fun. And
leave a message. Maybe we'll invite you in.
Adam in the chat. I was gonna say you're next to be on, brother, just to let you know. So
another Irish guy. You've got so many Irish fans.
Yes.
It's incredible.
This is cool. A little random tidbit. My mom's uncle, he took one of those tests to find out your DNA. And this guy's 97% Irish. So we've got him in my family.
My mother's maiden name was O'Connor, so I'm half Irish.
Oh, yeah, that's madness. You know that's a given. There's Irish blood there when it's anything, isn't it? Anything. But and even if you're watching on the recorded version, this is what people forget. Make sure you chuck a like on, subscribe, and comment as well, because obviously we're in the live chat right now. You won't be able to comment live, obviously, in the recorded version, but make sure you get your comments in, and we can, maybe Colin can reply in the next stream, or he can reply simply on the stream itself, on the upload. So make sure you get all that in, and it's so important to help the channels grow. I mean, I was at this stage when I first started live, and you can see it is slowly getting there, slowly getting better, but we need the support. So yeah, smash that like, smash that subscribe.
Definitely. Have a good one, guys. Everybody sleep tight, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Let's do Wolves. Clean sheet.